Hello and welcome to Minecraft Movie Magic, where we, myself included, are learning how to turn Minecraft into awesome movies. So you're taking the leap into Minecraft Java Edition? Great choice. Not only are you about to experience the original vision of Minecraft as the developers intended, but you're also mastering the universal language of PC gaming. It can be intimidating at first, especially for those coming from a controller, but the keyboard and mouse skills you'll develop here aren't just for mining and crafting. They're your ticket to virtually any PC game you might play in the future. Java Edition offers incredible advantages over other versions. The top Minecraft players, builders, creators, and speedrunners use it for its precision and control. Plus, you'll have access to an endless supply of free mods and worlds. Unlike Bedrock's marketplace where you pay extra for content, Java's worlds, mods, and minigames are typically free and far more extensive. But let's jump right into the game and learn those controls. Here we're at the Minecraft title screen. To begin, I'll click on Single Player, and then Create World. I'll just leave all the default settings for now and click Create New World again. Alright, the world is generating. In a moment, we'll be ready to learn all the controls. Now we're in the game, and I gave myself a few things just to demonstrate. Let's start with the fundamental movement controls. Keep in mind, we all fumble around at first, but within 30 minutes or so, it should start to feel more natural. And after a few days, you won't even have to think about the keys anymore. So let's start with the W key. You're going to press this with your middle finger, and it will move you forward. Now the S key, you'll also use your middle finger. That will move you backward. The A key, you're going to use your ring finger. That's going to move you to the left. And the D key, that's going to be pressed with your index finger, will move you to the right. And so think of placing your fingers across A, W, and D as sort of your hand's home base during gameplay. This position allows you to reach most of the other important keys without having to move your hand away from these core movement controls. Just like a pianist keeps their fingers positioned over specific keys, this home position will become second nature as you play. Next thing we need to talk about is the mouse. You're going to use your mouse to look around in the world. So moving it left and right will turn your character to the side, and moving it up and down is going to change where you're looking on the vertical axis. Now what about jumping? For this, you're going to use your thumb, and you'll find your thumb is already probably floating over the spacebar, so just press that down. That's going to make your character jump. Now if you press spacebar while moving forward, it'll help you jump up blocks. Okay, there is a setting for auto jump. You might be familiar with that if you play on tablet or touch controls, but I don't recommend it. I recommend you getting used to kind of precisely controlling your jumps. It's just going to help you more in the long run. Let's go ahead and talk about running. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can use the control key to sprint, and there's a way to toggle this in the controls to have it toggle you sprinting, or to just start and stop your sprinting. But keep in mind, you can only sprint if your hunger bar is at least 3 drumsticks full. The other way to do it is actually to press the W key twice in a row. If I press the W key twice in a row, it's going to keep me running until I lay off the W key, and then I'll go back to normal again. Come over down here. So the other thing I want to talk about is the left shift key. Left shift is going to cause you to sneak. You can see how it slows down our movements. But the other thing that it's nice that it does is it keeps you from falling off an edge. So as long as I'm holding it, I'm not falling off an edge. But as soon as I let go of it, I'm going to fall off that edge. Okay. So let's talk about the basic mouse controls. So what you're going to do is, for example, if I have my stone pickaxe up, you're going to left click to break blocks. You just hold it down until your block is broken, just like that. You'll also use it to attack mobs or other players. So if I have my sword up and there's a mob, all right. The right mouse button is your secondary interaction button. you're going to right click to place blocks. So say I want to place some planks right here. I can do that with the right mouse button. This is what you're going to use for building. Now I can also right click to use items like food. So if I go to my mutton, I can right click on that, hold it down, it's going to eat the food for me. You can see my hunger bar increasing. Now you can also right click to interact with blocks that have interfaces, or for example if you want to open a door. But for example, if I right click this, it's going to open up the crafting interface. Now you can push the E key to get out of it, or you could push the escape key, whatever you prefer. I'm going to go ahead and do another right click on this chest right here. Oh, nice. We'll come back to that in a minute, but first let's talk about inventory management. So you're going to push the E key to bring up your inventory. This will show everything that you've collected and crafted. Now the number keys 1 through 9, these are going to correspond to your hotbar slots at the bottom of your screen. So let's say that I want to place a torch. I can push 4, and it's going to take me straight to the torch, and I can place it with the right mouse button. Now let's say I want to go back to my pickaxe, mine something, left mouse button. Say there's a zombie coming, I want my sword, I can push 1. Another way to get through your inventory is to use your mouse scroll wheel. So if I scroll down, it's going to go through all of my different inventory options. Okay, this is fine. I mean, a lot of people do use this. It's not bad, especially if you're just kind of going through your first few items here, but it can take more time. So I'd recommend just trying to get familiar with pushing the keys to get directly to the item that you like. Underneath the scroll wheel is the middle mouse button. And in creative mode, whatever block you're looking at and you click on it, it's going to give you that item to be able to use in place again. I'm in survival mode right now, so what it's going to do is actually select that item if I have it in my inventory. It's not going to work if I don't have this block in my inventory. It's not going to do anything. But if I go here, I've got oak planks, so it's going to bring that up. And this can be really useful when you're building something, but don't really worry about it too much for now. All right, there's just a couple more keys that we need to learn. So if I push the Q key, again with my ring finger, it's going to drop the item currently in my hand. The F key is going to swap the items in my main hand and my offhand. So if I pushed F, it's going to move that to my offhand. Push F again, comes back. Now that you know how to control Minecraft, it's time to start your adventure. All right, now that we've covered the basics, let's dive into some advanced shortcuts that'll make you much more efficient in Minecraft. Even experienced players might not know some of these. When you're crafting, you can hold the shift key and click on the crafted item. That's going to automatically craft the maximum number possible. It's going to move them to your inventory. Now if I go and open a container, shift click is going to move items between the container and my inventory. So I hold shift and click, it'll pop it right into my inventory. If I want to put it back, it'll put it back. Otherwise I have to click it and drag it. It just takes longer. Holding shift and clicking, much quicker. Also in a furnace, shift click is going to move the items to the appropriate slots. Now earlier we talked about how you can use the Q button to drop an item. But what if you want to drop a whole stack of items? To do that, you're going to hold the control key and press Q. That's going to drop the full stack. So I want to drop this full stack of oak planks. I could push Q 64 times, or I could hold control and press it once. It really helps with cleaning up your inventory. Double left click is going to grab everything of the same item type. You see how it just combined that stack for me? That's how to combine stacks, but what if we want to split them? Easiest way to split a stack in half is just right click on it. It's going to automatically cut it in half for you, and you can distribute how you like. Now, if you want to evenly distribute across, you can hold the left click down, and it's going to evenly distribute across your inventory. I can do that in here as well. I click once, and then I hold it down. It's going to evenly distribute across the chest. If I right click, it's going to only put one item down as I drag across the slots. Now the F3 key is the debug menu. And if you push it, it's going to put a bunch of stuff on your screen that you probably aren't ready for. But if you use F3 plus the Q button, for example, it's going to show all the F3 shortcuts that you can use. Let's say you want to show chunk boundaries. This is useful for advanced players if they're building farms or technical builds and they need to know exactly where they're at. If you hold F3 and push H, that's going to show advanced tooltips. For example, if I hover over my pickaxe now, it's going to show you the durability that remains on it. And F3 plus B is going to show hitboxes around entities. See, Creeper's got a hitbox. That shows where I need to be in order to hit him. Okay, a few more shortcuts. The F keys, if you push F5, it's going to cycle through different camera perspectives. If you press F1, it's going to toggle the HUD off. This is good if you're trying to take a screenshot. And then if you want to take that screenshot, you just push F2. And that's going to save a screenshot in your .minecraft folder. Remember, mastering these controls takes time, so don't worry if you can't remember everything. Just use the things that are most useful to you, and you'll learn more as you go. You can always come back to this video in the future after you've kind of mastered the basic controls, just to remind you of some of those shortcuts. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.